Hey everyone, it's Uigo here. So today we are doing a T3 Thanos review, and it is based on the new endgame uniform that it has. First of all, he has 20% increased damage against hero now, and still with the 50% damage decrease from hero and the 20% damage decrease from villain. He still retains those from his Infinity War uniform. It is just a lot more tankier right now. If you have Thanos at level 70, you should definitely get him to T3. Although he costs twice as much as a normal T3, costing 1600 Cosmic Cube Fragments, he's still worth it. Raising him from level 70 to actually T3, he has a massive jump in his stats. He has 26,000 defense, which is appalling. Now on to like skill changes from his Infinity War uniform. The first skill definitely has a lot of changes to it, because they finally realized that the T2 passive of Thanos is weak, and then they decided to combine it to the first skill, and now his first skill still retains all the effects. He has now a new T2 passive, which increases skill damage and increases bonus damage, and gives you 10% ignore defense. Previously, one of Thanos' problems is that he can't really kill anyone. His DPS is a bit too low, and it can't really burst down any characters in PvP, especially Deadpool and Wolverine. He has 4 partial iframes on his skills. The second, third, fourth, and fifth, they are all partial iframes. Now the third one has an additional buff that is 25% increase to all attack and removes incapacitation. Now our meta-analysis previously state that incapacitation is currently one of the most dangerous debuff in the game. It makes you unable to heal, so it's great that we can remove incapacitation now, much like Deadpool's 4th skill. The Mad Titan passive is still the same. It still gives you the very good 30% HP heal and the immunity for 4 seconds. Now for a PvP performance, since Thanos is already inside the PvP meta, now he's just a better version of himself with more damage. Onto his T3 skill, which is OP, I believe is one of the best T3 skills in terms of PvP, because it has incapacitation, it has 80% penetration towards everything, and he has removed debuff for 10 seconds, which is massive if you get incapacitated, and it has 100% of ignore dodge. And we have already stressed ignore dodge a lot of times for like building up Quicksilver, because now the trend is actually getting the dodge of your PvP characters up to 75%. The dodge is one of the ways to actually avoid getting incapacitated, to retain your healing power and the buffs. So Thanos T3 removing all the debuffs makes it, and it removes for 10 seconds, which is nearly the same as the Strive's leadership. Strive's leadership only gives like 12 seconds. If your Thanos can survive till he actually activates the T3 skills, you are basically immune to incapacitation for 10 more seconds, and also you can incapacitate your enemies. And ignore dodge, it means that Quicksilver can just dodge all your attacks. Now in terms of build for Thanos, we still recommend the CTP of regeneration, and it basically has more HP than Deadpool while being tankier than Deadpool. If you don't have CTP of regeneration, you can always use a Mirror Guard Break, Recovery Rate Invincible Obelisk, and a Mirror Guard Break HP Invincible would work very well as well, especially when you are fighting against like Captain Marvel in Timeline. Mirror Guard Break HP Invincible would probably work better, because like the 4th skill of Captain Marvel can just burst you down previously if you have a lesser health pool. This T3 Thanos just gives it more DPS, and you'll definitely see us using him in PvP modes when he's not banned. He's now, I'll say, better than Deadpool in terms of PvP, because he now has DPS, as well as being very, very tanky, even tankier than Deadpool, because Deadpool is a speed character having lesser stats than Thanos himself. So that will be it. I'm going to do a meta-analysis volume 2 soon, so stay tuned for it. Bye.